Get back to the radios. Just wait till he gets turned around. Go ahead, try it, dude. He's gonna try everything he can. It's not gonna work. Already getting 60s, 70s, 90s. Ooh, he got me. That's rare. That's right. Face me. Face your enemy. Gravier is known for having a lot of health. Done. 60 exact shots is what it took. That's, at the end of the day, element damage will always do more than any other thing. However, people don't need to go that hard unless you're doing it for speed reasons, like speed running like we do on the Discord. So if you want to get into speed running, let us know and you can hop in and start posting some times. Otherwise, raw paralysis is probably the best average thing for people to go to. Everything's affected by stun. Stun will increase your damage by about, on average, 10% per fight. So it's pretty good. It's not as good as Elemental, but it's pretty dang good. And it can be used in every situation. So versatility applied. Blast usually gets you anywhere between 7 to 8%. So Blast is actually starting to fall behind, even though Blast used to be broken compared to Paralysis. But again, if you're doing it for strictly speed reasons and you want to get into the nitty-gritty, then Element is a way to get some of these ridiculous numbers. But otherwise, you're just trying to build this. Take a screenshot in a second. Here you go, take a screenshot. Insert X whatever paralysis RTN weapon you want in. That's what you put into this build. Second weapon, also your own choice. I prefer a hunting horn because it just gets you free earplugs. Or you can use it to get attack up large if you're feeling like you can work through earplugs. It's entirely up to you. You can just throw Hornmeister on it, so it increases the song time anyway, and even it stays, even if you switch weapons, so it's pretty solid. The Chrono Gear is what I'm using, the Charge Blade, because it applies a lot of status in its Super Elemental Discharge, and so it's really good combined with status. But anything really can be used in its place for paralysis if you're wanting to. And so paralysis is great. If you're wanting to get a lot of monster parts, Blast is the way to go, honestly, because Blast will apply specifically to monster hit zones and apply at different rates. The explosions itself will damage the hit zones and give you more rewards at the end of the quest. So there's a part breaker build that I made that kind of does that as well. But this is just, if you're going for raw, if you want one build that goes across the entirety of the game that you can just use forever, this one's good if you want damage to be your main priority. if damage is not your main priority... Did you take a screenshot? Did you take a screenshot? I'm gonna guess you took a screenshot because it's been up for a minute, but I like this one. This one's casual. I call it casual because this is honestly the same idea, except what it does is it applies the consistency of a lot of stuff that was in it, but it also gives you like the botanist 4, the maximum might 3, geologist 3. So you can just wear it all the time. Gathering points give you twice as much. Getting stuff gets you twice as much. You've got both adrenaline and Gormagala Tyranny, which is pretty awesome. Which the Gormagala Tyranny raises you by 15%. The maximum might increases your affinity by 40%. So that's 55% right there. And the Tenderizer will get you even more. That should be a Tenderizer, Jewel. There we go. So Weakness Exploit will get you even more. Weakness Exploit will give you another 30%. So right there, that's above 75%. 75% chance to crit is amazing. That means you're going to crit almost all the time, every time. As well as if you throw on the hood, it's another 10%. So that 75 goes up to 85. 75 is like the minimum. It's where using something like Mastery Jewel is really useful because what it's going to do is it's going to allow you to not lose sharpness consistently. Mastery Jewel says if you crit, you have an 80% chance to not lose sharpness on the hit. And if you're critting all the time, well then that's a lot of hits where you don't lose sharpness and you'll never have to sharpen ever again. Also, fun fact, crit boost is better than attack up unless you can fit +5 attack boost and +3 crit boost. In that specific scenario, attack boost is better than crit boost. In all other scenarios, crit boost is better than attack boost. Just a ground rule. That's how the math comes out. It's not my opinion. It's not how I think of the game. It's not me trying to come at the meta. That's literally what the math says. Let's see. This one's my casual. And then I've got my naked set, which just takes off all my armor. And then this is a hunting horn one, but there's a reason why hunting horn's now my secondary weapon. Even though it's my favorite, it's my go-to weapon. I hope they add something to it coming up because it's really kind of lackluster how it just doesn't damage, keep up with damage like every other weapon. They're putting too much on the buffs themselves. So, it's what it is. I'm having a lot of fun with Charge Blade. Charge Blade is pretty cool. But if you're wanting damage, then this weapon, what are they? The Shangora, Gamagora, Shamalora, I don't know. Whatever the big white thing is now that we fight, its weapons are disgusting. So it's got this ability, right? You see this White Flame Torrent. Activates skill effect. When used with Scorcher, does not stack, but adds extra fire damage. So what this specifically does is whenever when it activates, which it just does immediately, it rolls a die. 1, 2, or 3. 3-sided die. And the next thing that happens is whatever that number it rolls, you have to do that many hits, and then a 3-second timer goes on the stack. So you do, say it rolls a 2. You hit him once, hit him twice. Now 3 seconds from that moment, the next hit after 3 seconds passes will do an additional 50 fire damage. If you have Scorcher 2, it does 108 every time. So it's essentially a blast that happens about every 3 hits. it's a blast proc almost. So there's this build that takes advantage of that. Right here, my Scorcher 2 build. My Scorcher 2 build has all the things you saw before that kind of increase its ability to do certain things. These need to be Counter-Strike. So with this build, you have about 50% affinity with this build, unfortunately. So crits aren't where you want it, but that's why you have Razor Sharp. Razor Sharp says on any attack, you have a 50% chance not to lose sharpness. So that's great. Right now, it's got Dragon Attack 3. Well, hold on, because... Hold on. How much affinity does this one have? So we get 30% from this, 30% from that. That's 60. Burst doesn't matter. Nope. It's only 60. So it's not all the time, but you're going to crit more often than not, which is okay. Yes. And it's a little complicated, but they make it complicated so you can't just figure it out right away. This should be a handicraft jewel. There we go. There we go. So this build is specifically good for certain situations. One of those specific situations is if a monster is weak to both dragon and fire. Ipso facto, where are you, boy? There you are. Check this out. This thing is gonna do so much damage. You're gonna be like, what? Keep going. Come on, play the songs, I thought it wasn't gonna play the second song again. That's right, run away, baby! Oh my god, I totally missed. West, get back here. Yes, I got axe mode. Never mind. Don't need to. You're good. There we go. Axe mode unlocked. Let's get in it. Down he goes. He's super weak. And probably about every fourth swing is when I get a 101.5 proc on him. From the, you'll see it, it's a white number mixed in there with all the damage. Baby. There's another one, 101.5. Another KO, that's crazy. There's another 101.5 right there. So So right now we're outpacing Blast by quite a bit. Because Blast would get probably 2 procs off right away, and then the third one kind of towards the end, but that's probably most of the time what you get is about 3. Yeah, get it. Buzzsaw time.
Can you hear me?
Buzzsaw time again. You don't even need vials. You can just hit. Axe mode is really all you need. That's why this weapon is super easy. People overcomplicate it, like, oh, you need to get all the modes. No, you just need axe mode. You don't even know, like, you don't even need, like, yeah. This one? Scorcher 2 build. I can get that up here in a second. I should have popped it up while the quest was ending, but give me a second. Yeah, right now this is Scorcher 2. It adds a 101.5 boost every time you hit something. If it's weak to fire, it does more. The Shakuma is really the best thing to use it against. Otherwise, it's really good against all the Elder Dragons too. Problem is, it's really weak to dragons. So you want to be careful when the monster you're fighting has dragon damage, because they'll just wreck you, to be honest. Sometimes when you'll just get one shot from full health. It's crazy. Minus 24 on dragon resistance. That's terrible. It technically only counts to the 20 because it's every 5, but it still counts as negative 20, which is still awful. Fire resistance, great. Dragon resistance, bad. Okay, so right here we got the Rathalos Helm B, Nemia's Shroud B, which gets you the Agitator 2, best chess piece in the game. G Rathalos Vem Braces, G Rathalos Coil, G Rathalos Greaves, and then you want to gem in skills like Counter Strike, Maximum Might. I like Handicraft, Razor Sharp. Your affinity is only sitting about the 65%, 75% if you do have the mantle on, but because it's not over 72.3%, that's the number. That's the magic number. How do you know if I should be using Mastery Jewel or if I should be using a Razor Sharp Jewel? That's the number. If your affinity is over 72%, then use a Mastery Jewel because it will be more effective. If it's less than 72%, if your affinity is less than 72%, then you want to use Razor Sharp because it'll be more effective. But yeah, hey, add my Hunter ID. I'll invite you guys to the squad. I can actually share these builds with you. I share them with everyone who comes into the lobby and stuff because they're pretty awesome, as well as a buff build. I've got a part harvester build. We did find an abuse during the game. We found out that before the last update, if you switch to a luck build right at the end of the quest, whether or not you used the build for the whole quest, you would still get the rewards bonus. And so at one point we were running a pretty sick build that way. But they patched it with the last update, so it's kind of sad. Anyway, this is my current outfit. It's pretty cute. I like it. I think it goes together really well. It's the only outfit I found that has actual rope included, which makes sense. It's right there at the bottom of the screen. You can see it right there. You can see it right there, I think, right? As well as you can see it on the Twitch video if you follow the Twitch link. But it's at the bottom there. Whoop, whoop. I guess I should maybe go on to TikTok and see if it... I mean, that's the problem, is I can't look at my own... Yeah, chat was blocking it. But yeah, there it is, right there. Whoop. Add me and I'll get you in here. I can also show you, I've got some pretty cool styles. So... I've got this one. I'm working on this one. This one's pretty nice. This is my favorite so far. This one's pretty cool. I call this one Angel. This one's Hot Guild Knight. She doesn't wear any pants. This one's Hot Clerk. I like this one for a while, but to be honest, I'm a real big fan of this one. And then this one just kind of is a amalgamation of my favorite armor pieces. With the lightsaber waist, the tentacle arms, the cute skirt, and then the guild top. But this one's probably my favorite right now. I don't know, I just like the way the boots look. Fireworks. The Cuckoo plushie just melting through the floor. Well, okay. I'm gonna take a break for a little bit. Anybody who wants to hunt with me, add my hunter ID and I will get you these builds. These builds are amazing. The math will be forever in your... May the odds forever be in your favor. With my builds, they most certainly are. So come on in, join the Duders for Hire. We bonk and honk over in this corner, so make sure to participate in all of our speedrun shenanigans. And I hope you all have a good rest of your day if I don't see you, but we'll see what happens. Break time.